for today. So with me we have Cyrene and yeah. So today's topic we'll be talking about time, basically the value of time. We all know that time cannot be recounted for. It's one thing that once it goes, it goes. You cannot get it back. Yeah, like you can create memories, I think, but once time has gone, it's gone. So, how do we keep value of our time in various aspects of life, in spiritually, academically, with relationship with people? Like, how do we maximize that time with people so that at every time, even with our goals, things we want to achieve, to know that okay, I've done it. And everybody has a belief that there's still time. I still have time to do this. I still have time to do that. We don't get to use it up and to say, okay, with this time I did what I wanted to do. I achieved what I wanted to do. I spent the most valuable time with my friends at this particular time. Or we still have that moment of, oh, don't worry, when time should come, I will do it. Even relationship with God is maybe your purpose or what God has told you to do. Like, okay, let me 2 years time I will do it. Like, you keep on postponing and postponing, not knowing that time is running out. So how do we maximize this time that we are given it?
Thank you very much. Like you said before, time lost may not be recovered. So one way by which you can maximize this time is understanding what is time, concept of time. The book of Ecclesiastes said there is time for everything. Let me read it out. We are saying that there is a time for everything, and a season for every activities under the earth, a time to be born, and a time to die, and a time to plant, and a time to uproot. So if you read down, you will see that also a time to a lot of things that has to do with times, and we can't really overemphasize the concept of time. But knowing that having to your mind that we all have limited time to live on earth, it should help us know that to do the thing that we're supposed to do at the right time. Like example, how we maximize this time? First of all, surround yourself with people that understand time and season. People that actually, going back to the Genesis, we know when God created the earth, He created heaven and earth, and then He said that the earth was without form, it was without void, and then He said that darkness covered the face of the earth. If you go further to read that, you see that then said let there be light, and was light. He separated the large light from the smaller light. The sea separated the smaller the river from the sea and everything. And at the end of everything, we heard that God created man. So God Himself understands the concept of time. That's why He has to first of all create all those things, make everything available. Imagine if God would have created man. Man would just dwell in the surface of the earth without form, without void, and then shapeless, and then darkness would just cover the face of man and everything. So having said that, God is our creator. Of course, going by His footsteps, we should know that time is very, very important as a human being, because if you lost that time, especially when God has given you a message that comes with urgency, you have to take that burden. You have to actually, be sensitive to what God is telling you at that particular time, because if you not carry at that particular task, if you say, okay, let me relax, there's still time for me to do that, the time I would have done that is either maybe that soul would have you might not maximize the potency, like that message will not have, like, maybe do what it ought to do at that particular time. That's what I can say for now.
Okay, so like from what you said, I really got that there are consequences and things are suffering if you don't pay attention to what you have to do now. Like when you said about soul, so when you say when God tells you to do something, know that there's a soul suffering for your lack of ability to do what you have to do at that particular time. That was great.
Okay, so honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm not really in the right place to talk about it. I did not do as I should have. Maybe some people will be like, oh, you tried, but I think I should have done better. But our advice from where I think I didn't really get it that when I first came to this country, I had a lot of goals and dreams, and I felt like this is what God was bringing me here for. But along the line, I got distracted. I procrastinated. Like, okay, maybe not now, maybe another time. Maybe I didn't see well before I don't know, I didn't sing very well. Now I'm seeing better. And at the end of it, I'm seeing the little places where I made some mistakes. So I want to try to talk about is distractions, or even being procrastinating, or even being lazy. The devil has a lot of things he puts in our way, even most time good things. I'm not even saying going to the club, living your life anyhow. It's maybe good things in quotes, but they are not for you at that time. And then you are distracted from doing the bigger picture, or doing what you ought to do. Even when we have exams, it's towards the exam this thing that our body, I don't know, because before the exam time you are relaxed, you are reading as you are like with your ease. So all I'll just say is that there are distractions. Don't allow distractions, like don't allow yourself to be distracted. Also, it's good to write down your plan. Say write down the vision. Whoever sees it will run with it. It's good to write down your vision. Although, yeah, some people have written some things and they don't like, but that's the first step. Then after writing down your vision, your dreams, start thinking of how you can achieve even the littlest of it. What can I start doing now? Because some of us have big dreams and we don't necessarily have everything that it takes to fulfill it at that moment, but there's something little you can do. And the Bible says that who is faithful with little will be faithful with much. So start the little you can start doing. If, for example, you want to, let me use Sister Judy for example, you want to be a tailor, right? The first thing starts with, okay, fine, are you watching videos? Are you getting yourself to knowing people that can actually sew? Do you even know anybody that has passed that stage or that thing you want to do? If it's music ministry, do you know people that have already succeeded? Go close to them, make friends with them, ask them what do you need to do, then start doing the little you can do. Voice training, like if you're a tailoring, learn how to start sewing little, then before you be able to accomplish much more, and then after that, things will work out. Amen.
Yes. Okay. You want to say something?
Just but if another way I think we can maximize time is knowing the word that is released at a particular season. Just like the book of 2 Kings 7. When the prophet Elijah spoke the word, talk about, then he prophesied that there's going to be bountiful corn and everything. Then I think someone there was saying that it's not going to be possible, even if the heaven open and everything. And immediately Elijah released that word, that's when those four lepers become uncomfortable. I don't know, like something just begin to happen to them. They become uncomfortable in the place that they are relaxing, or why sit here until we perish? So imagine if they did not take that step, what would have happened? God had released his word through Elijah, but you still need a vessel, a man, to actualize that word. So what I'm trying to say is that us being sensitive to what God is saying at that particular time, doing the right thing at the wrong time make it wrong. Even doing the wrong thing at the right time make it wrong. Know what to do at that particular time. So that's what I wanted to add.
Okay. You have said like really beautiful contributions and distractions, which is actually very true. Like bring to the story of David. David was for the throne and the word has been released, but he knew that there was still a time that was meant to occur. So he did not just go all of a sudden and start fighting for the throne. Though Saul was on his case, but he still respected Saul on that. It was really for a season. So knowing your season and knowing the distractions that are going to come at that season is also very important. But I also want to say, like, I'm not talking about maximize time. I don't know. Do you ever feel at a point like you just wake up one day and you're just lazy that day? Like, so what do? You just wake up and that day you just feel like there's a lot of things for you to do and you just feel so lazy.
Tired.
Yeah.
No, sure. Alright. Well, how I manage this challenge one way is because I have to remind myself of who I am, and I have to be I draw closer to the source of my motivation. Let me use that word. Like knowing that my life depends on a lot of things depends on me, like the burden of so many people on my shoulder. So because of that, I have to push myself. I know I have to do this thing. Because if I don't do it, who will do it for me? And even someone else wants to do it for you, no one will do it more than the way you should do it. So it's a kind of thing that gives me strength. And also, of course, with the help of my Lord, the Holy Spirit, He always help me. Like you say, my weakness is my strength. It becomes my strength. He make that my weakness to become strength. Without Him, I can't do anything. So He really helped me, like in such a way that I can't do it by myself. So that's one way.
Okay, I'll go about it in a different way. And there are some times that your body is actually telling you need to rest. And I noticed that among Christians, or so among us, we feel like we should be doing, which is good. But if you remember very well, there's a time that even disciples did not have enough time to eat. Jesus Christ had to take them away to a mountain because they had to rest. Although yes, people still met them there, and God out of the compassion is that still work. I'm just saying that there's a time for time for everything. Sometimes your body is just telling you, hey, please cut down on the stress, slow down. So there's nothing wrong. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like it's a sin to take a rest, to take a breath, then start again. The issue that usually comes up is that when some people start to rest, to stand up is another problem. So then you can go to us and do this thing like, what's the source of your motivation? Know that there are things that needs to be done at this time, and nobody else can do it better than you.
And rest is actually different from laziness.
Yeah.
Being lazy.
Yeah.
Because even God will rest then.
Yeah.
Human being should. If you don't rest, even your psychological, medically, your brain cells and everything is not functioning well.
Yeah, so I'll just end it here. Like that's
I wanted to say something. Sorry. I know we're talking about spiritual things, which is good, but let's everything be equal. I think one thing I've learned at the end is like, let everything be equal. Don't just do spiritual, you forget about social, you forget about psychological, you forget about school. Let everything be equal. As much as you are giving spiritual, give your physical health, give your psychological, your emotional health, like friends around you. Like, let everything be equal. Don't just, like, my own work is just to go to church and pray. After prayer, what else? Because I realized something, but I realized it late. God, like the way God says, love me, then love people. So you cannot do anything without people. So as much as you are doing to God, then do to around you. God has put us here for a reason. May God help us to fulfill it.
Okay, so I'll just end with this. Like, it's very okay for you at times. Like, it's kind of natural. Like, when your body tells you to actually slow down, you just wake up and the whole day you don't actually feel like doing anything. But apart from the fact that, okay, yes, you actually need to rest because your body's telling you to slow down, but in such cases, I think there's a 2-minute rule I came across, that when you can just get yourself up to stand up, like maybe I want to read my Bible, just get yourself to open the Bible and just start with one verse. Immediately you don't know when you're ready with like 4 chapters. So it's like a 2-minute rule thing, and it really works. So when you're feeling all lazy and there are like really things calling you, just apart from the fact that maybe you need to rest and there's nothing suffering, maybe those times when your body's telling you, but like when you know laziness is trying to set in and you still have things to do, you can do this 2-minute rule, and I think it's really helpful. So I think we've come to the end of today's session. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate it. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.